Hi, where does the money go? Let's look at our parents. They had a car, refrigerator, television, vacation, a fixed phone line at home. What did they spend money on? Not much, not compared to today. Today people spend it on subscriptions, new phones every other year, especially when most of the people don't know how to use a phone. They use it like an apartment. Oh, I got a new apartment. I'm not cleaning it, so after 1 year, 2 years, it's so dirty and it doesn't work as it should because basically you don't know how to maintain a computer nor a smartphone. So you go and buy a new one and think the old one has become sluggish and so on. Yeah, subscriptions, shoes, people buy so much clothes today and so on. Here's the thing, all of that consumption leaves amount of money to the government. Okay, so the government is getting more money today than it used to do. That's a fact. The governments are also manipulating us into, for example, diesel engines in the 90s. Diesel engines are more efficient, so people buy diesel cars. It wasn't enough to just ban cars in, big cities, like in the central parts, which is a good thing. But they're going all in on raising the taxes on diesel engines, diesel cars, old and new, whatever. Depends on what country you're living in, which is horrible for people who live in smaller places, rural places who need that fuel efficiency to live. So a new car, go and buy a hybrid, go buy electric, get some tax reductions, but you're gonna pay taxes when you buy the car, and then the maintenance will cost more because they need to plug it in because it's all a bunch of computers in today's cars, and from that sum there's a VAT, so money goes to the government. And then in 5, 10, 15, 20 years when everybody's having these new modern cars, these tax reductions will have kind of zeroed out, so people will have forgotten why it even went into that. So it's a manipulated market made for people to consume more and more. And so that's a fact in my observation. People consume more today, which means more money to the government. I know there are more people, but more people consume more, so there's more money to the government. We can just conclude that, right? The standard of aesthetics, for example, I'm not going to go into private buildings like apartments, but government buildings today are quite ugly and modernistic. It's all just metal, glass, and so on. Very non-human, basically. And it's all made cheaply with modules, like Lego. They get the walls, they just put them together, boom, 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 and then you have a school, you have a new tax office building, police building, or whatever. So even that has become cheaper, so they're spending less money on that. And even the production of things has become cheaper because recycling has, had many years to sort of get more efficient. Back in the days, things were made new, materials were kind of made from scratch. Now car manufacturers can brag about how much recycled things they have in them. You would think that we would have an honest government, imagine that, who would brag about, we have been running this for such a long time, so we are really good at this. We can, what we could do for $100 20 years ago, we can do now for $10 because we are so good. They will never do that because it means less money for them. If more money is coming in and everything today is made to be more efficient and cheaper and less quality, and money is coming back to the people, then there's some money being lost somewhere. Maybe I'm just thinking too much. Maybe the money is being saved because there are more people who will retire, so they will need to have a bigger retirement fund. If we just forget about inflation and the corruption within the retirement system, maybe it's just simple as that.